Well, hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Joe Wednesdays. How we doing? How was your week? Doing good? I unfortunately have a migraine today. So if I start kind of tripping over my own words or something like that, don't be alarmed. It happens all the time. Yeah, no. Guess if you don't know about it, I've had migraines since about maybe I was in high school when they really started, but yeah, it seems to be they're tied to diet, they're tied to weather change, and they're tied to stress. And I mean, like I control them about as much as possible. Obviously, like diet is a pretty easy one to do out of the three. Stress level is generally manageable, but I mean, uh, pressure changes and temperature changes typically like from winter into spring or fall into winter are usually my worst times of the year as far as like frequency migraines. But yeah, luckily it didn't hit me until like I was driving home from dropping Lydia off today, so I was able to kind of get some medicine in me right away. Because like on days that I wake up to those, I just gotta stay in bed. There's like no way I'm moving my head. No, like I can't, like it blurs my vision, so like I get like tunnel vision essentially because I can't physically see anywhere outside of like where I'm looking straight ahead. Sometimes I'll get like numbness in like a foot or a hand. I start to slur my words, or like either I can't find words that I like know, or like I will flip flop letters from word to word without realizing it, which is a lot of fun. And then a lot of pain hits. So luckily, if I can catch it by stage one, the pain is much less than it normally is. But then like kind of lingering speech impediment. I don't know. Maybe it's not right to call it an impediment. I'm gonna call it an impediment here. It's not, but whatever speech impediment comes from that is kind of lingers around. But I'll take that over the feeling like I got hit in the head with a sledgehammer. So yeah. So hopefully this video isn't too muddled, but we'll see what we can do. Let's see. So in other news. Hi, my name is Joe. It's been maybe a month since I've last had a day where I didn't have to work extra hours in the evening. So yeah, we finally got this one project turned in. We got a zoning set to the zoning commission, and we got a bid set to the client out this week, and it has been quite aggressive haul to get all this stuff done. And I mean, I think that's probably one of the factors of why I'm feeling a little stressed out or whatever, but it was definitely a long trek to get here. So it feels good to at least have the project at least like done a little bit. There's a commission meeting tomorrow that may have some additional comments, but after that like the project will be at like a calm simmer at least for a little while, so I can like focus on other things and like have an evening life for a little bit. That'd be nice. But yeah, like and I probably exaggerate just how much I've been working extra, because I mean I'm still taking care of Lydia and stuff at home, so I mean like it hasn't been too bad. It's just when you have less of a mental break from work, it definitely wears on you a lot more, and I don't it's not something I can sustain for a long period of time without it kind of taking a toll. So I'm very glad and happy to have gotten done with the stuff that we've gotten done, and hopefully moving forward from here, things can kind of take a consistent, easier track versus a, oh my god, hurry up and wait scenario. I'd rather not do that. So let's see. Okay. So the only other thing I wanted to talk about today, okay, so another spoiler alert for Breath of the Wild if you haven't played it, but this really isn't that big of a spoiler. So when you get to the Hyrule Castle endgame area, there is a balcony that was Zelda's study, where you get like this memory flashback. And then there's also a separate area in the castle, like behind a library shelf that leads to the king's study. And there you can like read his journal of like his last entries before he got killed or something. But um, the only reason I'm mentioning these things is because I don't know why the pieces of media that I've seen lately, whether it's video game or movie, like kid movie with Lydia, like there are just so many like terrible dads in these things. Cause like in the Breath of the Wild game, like Zelda's father, like the king of Hyrule, was being an absolute jerk to her, like through the whole game that he knew her. Like it's like I think it said like her mom died when Zelda was 6, and he was like, well, unfortunately she wasn't able to teach her the things she needed to teach her, and now I have to persevere and pressure her to do these things because, you know, our fortune tellers are saying that the calamity is coming. And it's like, okay, but really, like I get it, like story wise, like I understand that like she represents like this sacred thing that needs to be taken care of, but like, can you at least acknowledge that this child lost their parent and they might need to mourn a little bit, instead of just immediately turning to like pressuring her on becoming like fulfilling her destiny and shit? Like dude, chill out. Like let your child be a child and something like that. But then it got me thinking about like between Frozen and Tangled, like the dads in those movies are just idiots. Like the king in Frozen, like they go see a troll, and this troll tells them like, listen, like there's beauty and danger in the talent that you have with this ice magic stuff, and fear is gonna be your enemy. And so the dad is like, okay, I'll lock the castle up and I'll lock her in her room until she figures out how to control her power, because instead of making her afraid of her power, I'm going to make her afraid of everything in life. That's a great idea. And then like in Tangled, there was like a second movie after that Lydia watched recently, and the king, after, you know, getting Rapunzel back in the castle and finding out that she was imprisoned in this tower for however many years of her life, I think 18 or whatever, like at the end of the film, he's like, okay, the only way I could protect you is keeping you in this castle forever. And it's just like, what, are you mental? Like, what is your problem? And it's like, I don't like, and I mean, maybe I'm like getting on my philosophical high horse or something like that about it, and I mean, it is just like kids movies and kids video games, so I mean, it shouldn't be that serious. But at the same time, it's like you can't like protect your kids in perpetuity by isolating them and not letting them experience anything. Like the way that you protect your kid is ultimately by making them competent and knowledgeable enough in themselves and about other things so that they can protect themselves. Like that's how you do it. You don't protect them by putting them in a bubble for their entire life. You make them competent, you make them resourceful, and you let them live and experience stuff. And that is like, you internalize the protection, so it's self-sustaining, and they carry that with them through the rest of their life. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to just isolate them and make them scared of everything that moves or scared of themselves or anything like that. It's like, that's like, all these ideas are in these games and movies, and just like are they trying to, like, maybe I just need some recommendations from you guys on like good portrayals of dads in media or something like that, so that I can be like, okay, we're not all freaking idiots. Okay, great, thanks. But anyway, I'm getting off my high horse about that, but dads aren't that stupid, guys. Dads aren't that stupid. They fail, they mess up because they're human, and they have all their flaws associated with that kind of stuff, but they're not that bad all the time, okay? Okay. Anyway, well, okay, guys, I'm going to cut myself off here. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good week, and we'll see you next time. Bye.